We are Sorted, a group of mates who have your back when it comes to all things food. From cooking battles to gadget reviews,
Man, it's not worth it.
and cookbook challenges to a midweek meal packs app.
Crack your eggs, bake.
We uncover the tools that'll help us all cook and eat smarter. Join our community where everything we do starts with you.
Welcome to Fridge Cam. Now, it's probably fair to say that in 2020, we're all a little more aware and connected to the food and drink that we are consuming and where we want to spend our money. The question today is I've got 4 products for you that are going to spark 4 nice conversations. They're all drinks, and we're going to see what our normals, Mike and Jamie, think about them. Are they notable crazes or just phases?
I can't wait for this, just for the little punchlines at the end.
Number 1.
Oh dear.
I was absolutely expecting something looking like that.
Something a bit out of the blue.
It's got bits in it. It looks like something you fish out of a fish tank.
It looks like Powerade or like a isotonic sports drink. And it kind of smells like it. It's like that citrusy, because they're normally like citrusy or lemony.
Have a taste.
It's tasty, it's very citrusy.
This is Refreshing Lemon by Press. It is their water plus spirulina.
I've heard of spirulina, I know it's blue, and I know it's an algae or something like an algae.
An algae.
Oh, okay.
Spirulina is basically a bacteria that grows very, very naturally. In fact, was responsible for so much of the photosynthesis on the planet that gave us our oxygen in the first place. A daily dose of 3 grams equates to 3 kilos of fresh fruit and vegetables in terms of vitamins and minerals, including B12, which you would normally only find in animal products or nutritional yeast. It's also got complete amino acids, the proteins, including the ones that our body essentially needs and can't generate, and fatty acids, including omega-3 and omega-6. Spirulina is actually blue-green algae and has that kind of odour and taste of fish food. However, if you extract out one part of it, the blue part, that bit is odourless and tasteless, which is why it doesn't affect your drink and your drink doesn't taste like fish food, but it gives you the colour and it's still really, really high in nutrients.
So it's mostly water, then lemon juice, agave syrup, phyto blue powder,
That's your blue spirulina.
and that's blue spirulina, which actually, funnily enough, is only 0.05%, yet it is still blue.
You only need a tiny amount of it because a little goes a long way. It's a very light powder. Now, you may also have seen it across Instagram. It gets very much the wow because it can be put into anything to turn it blue or mermaid colour. And the great thing it has that artificial blue colour, but is completely natural.
Wow.
So Press is actually a company that started very close to here. They began literally selling their drinks out of a bathtub full of ice at Old Street Station. Now they're in a number of outlets and retailers. 1 daily dose of spirulina, 3 grams. There's not 3 grams in that.
Do I drink it for the health benefits? No. But if it's delicious and it's affordable, then cool, I like it.
So they don't really claim to do much other than look quite striking on the shelf, hydrate you, and taste refreshingly good of lemon.
I find that quite refreshing, that it doesn't claim that it's doing anything else.
It's a tasty, citrusy lemon drink, and I like it.
How much do you reckon?
£2.50 a bottle.
£2.50?
£3 a bottle when you buy half a dozen.
I probably wouldn't spend £3 on one to do that job without knowing what job it's really doing.
I've got a question for you. In the words of Lizzo,
Oh no. You don't know who Lizzo is, come on.
is the juice worth the squeeze?
For me, £3 is expensive, but I completely get that that's what it will cost to put this together.
I can't justify spending £3 on it.
If the juice don't look like this,
This one caught my eye. Number 2, lift the cloche. That bit's not under the cloche.
No, I'm enjoying the look of that bit already.
Lift the cloche.
Ooh, you've been treating me.
You have my attention.
I know you're a man who likes a flute and the odd bubble.
I do, but not champagne, because number 1, I can't afford it. Number 2, don't even like it. I love Prosecco that is under £10. It smells fruity.
It is a sparkling wine of sorts.
Yeah, it tastes like a more diluted version of a sparkling wine. Ooh. Oh, afterwards you get a really sort of like alcoholic burn.
I like it, but I definitely question the person that gave this to me and say, what is this? Because it tastes quite unusual.
Would you like to know more about it?
Yes. Should I?
By all means, only because some of the tasting notes said it worked particularly well, and I quote, gastronomical with truffles, smoked fish, cheese and sushi. This is from Sweden. It is sparkling birch sap.
Tree juice.
Absolutely. Nature is sensational. In the deep woods of northern Sweden, we've found the perfect conditions to produce Sav 1785, a sparkling wine made from birch sap. The birch sap is carefully harvested through small holes drilled in the tree trunk. The birch trees are not harmed in the harvesting process, and the forest remains healthy and strong year after year.
A truly natural product, completely free from pesticides and a homage to our Scandinavian heritage. So, harvesting grapes and vineyards drains energy, whether that's from soil, water, irrigation. If this is trying to combat that, or it's trying to find an alternative version of doing that, I don't know how efficient it is to mass produce this. So I don't know if it gets near that, but as it exists from the little that I know, I think that's quite cool to be completely free of all those things.
I'm intrigued that they've made it look exactly like a standard bottle of Cava Prosecco champagne and not something a little bit different. That's not going to stand out on a shelf necessarily as to what its USP is, which I thought they might have bigged up a bit. But then I also quite like the fact that they haven't made a big deal out of it.
It's not novelty, it's comparable.
Yeah, exactly.
As a product, I think it's cool, I like the innovation, and I think it tastes nice.
I mean, what other trees could you get the sap out of? I've got trees in my back garden.
We tap maple trees an awful lot.
Maple wine, pancakes.
If this is indeed tradition meets the future, nature meets innovation, how much a bottle?
750 mils, standard, 11.5% volume of alcohol, pretty standard.
I'm not saying I would pay this, but I imagine you're probably looking maybe £30 a bottle.
So I think this is £15 a bottle.
I think that's a very good guess. It's 16 euros a bottle, so probably just under 15.
I would buy that. I probably will buy that as a talking point to go to a dinner or a dinner party or something like that. Family, you take a bottle of that for 15 quid, rather than buy you a really nice bottle of Prosecco. I thought we'd try this.
I think £15 is the top end of my risk. I'm willing to go £15, it was an experiment.
So the question is,
Oh no.
is it a sap you'd slurp or not worth the burp?
It's a sap I'd slurp.
That is a sap I would slurp all day long.
Hello, Mike here again. Sorry, we've just paused the video to ask you to subscribe and hit the bell. You won't regret it, promise, and it really does make a difference, so thank you. Back to the video.
Number 3.
It smells earthy. It's got little bits in it. Can I drink it?
Yeah, please do.
It takes me to tomato juice.
It's cold tomato soup.
Let me give you a bit of context as to why I ended up with this product in a food trend, because this is not really a trend. It's been around for hundreds of years. A quick summary of trends right now. We want something very responsible, sustainable, convenient and nutritious that we can grab on the go for a healthy lunch. Do we need to keep reinventing the wheel, or does the answer already exist out there in other cultures? This I might have been blind to, but I haven't seen readily available in the UK, but is already very popular on the continent. What you have is Spanish gazpacho.
Ooh, of course it's gazpacho.
So it's a cold soup, it's raw, so it's not cooked. You essentially marinate ingredients, tomato, cucumber, bits and pieces in oil and vinegar, salt and garlic, and then you blend it up. There is nothing in that other than tomato, pepper, cucumber, extra virgin olive oil, white wine vinegar, salt and garlic. Nothing added, no preservatives, no colourings, in a grab and go format for lunch.
The weirdest thing about it is that it makes a lot of sense.
That's kind of why I picked it up, because I saw office workers grab and go and drinking it on the continent and thought, why don't we have that back at home?
Why don't we have this?
I don't think the general public in the UK know what gazpacho is straight away. I don't really, because I went, hang on, isn't this normally in a bowl? It's delicious. You can't argue with it. It tastes really good.
Got any like croutons or something?
You could have a little pocket of croutons you could just go for as well.
I would never consider looking for it, buying it, or even treating it as a drink.
This is cool. Like it, really like it. If it's affordable, here we go. There's always a but, especially with him.
How much would you pay for it?
£3.
£2? £2.50?
It's £4.
£4, okay.
So it is perhaps a little on the steep side per portion, but on par with a salad from a London deli.
Yes, but is it doing the same job as a salad?
I think it works out 120 calories, so it's not enough on its own.
No. If it's a drink, then it's definitely a side to a meal, not the meal.
In which case, is it a super soup or a glass of goop?
It's a glass of super soup.
It's a super soup that's just a tinsy bit expensive at the moment. Please can we end strongly?
Last one.
Cloudy.
Oh, what is that?
Smells kombucha-y. Kombucha isn't a trend, Ben. Well, I hate to break it to you. It's been around for ages.
About 2,000 years. But a trend is something that's long-lasting and sustainable, as opposed to a craze or a fad. This has been around for a long time. We have had this off of various draft pumps in America. This is a kombucha.
Why have you picked kombucha?
A quote here, the single most powerful trend in today's marketplace is consumers' desires for foods and ingredients that are naturally functional. Kombucha is great for the gut. It's full of probiotics, antioxidants. It's fermented black or green tea, slightly sweet, slightly sour, acidic, slightly effervescent, and absolutely delicious. And you can then put so many different flavors in it. I particularly picked this one, the Real
Oh, it looks cool.
Kombucha Company, because they've won some awards this year for best tasting non or low alcoholic drinks. Mike, you're tasting Royal Flush. Jamie, you've got Dry Dragon. They're stocked in over 50 Michelin star restaurants. Sommeliers absolutely love it.
I really like it. It's a little bit bitter. It's quite sweet.
I think I like it. I think it's a really cool, complex thing to learn to like and enjoy.
I've definitely noticed over the last year or so that kombucha is suddenly now available in supermarkets, and it's suddenly become mainstream in that respect.
The market is supposedly worth $1.2 billion last year, but is predicted to expand 4 or 5 times that by 2025.
Mate, you need to, I imagine that the Ebbers Kombucha brewery is probably already up and running, and I bet you're already fermenting something, aren't you?
It's funny you should say that, Mike. Do you want to have a look at my SCOBY?
Oh my goodness! Oh!
So I actually bought one, so I jumped the gun, and it arrived, looked a bit like this. And then basically it sits in sweetened black tea for 7 to 10 days, and it feeds on the sugar, and as a result gives off the acid, and that's what makes it sour. And then you put it into a closed environment, so a fermenting bottle with additional flavours to infuse, and that's where it continues to ferment and trap in the CO2 and becomes fizzy. I also just want to take a little moment to thank the community, because I've posted a few things on Instagram and they have literally helped me through this fermenting brewing process. A special thanks to Kate, who I asked a few questions of particularly.
It looks like a brain. It smells yeasty.
Live.
Yes.
I've made some with pineapple, with mango, with orange, tried all sorts. Do you want to try the Ebbers special? I've used quite a dark black tea, so it is a darker colour.
That's delicious. It has got a slight fizz to it, hasn't it?
It's got a slight fizz to it. I have to be honest, some of the ones I've done have been fizzier. The berry one I did obviously had a lot more sugars in the berries.
Very refreshing. It's very well balanced, mate. It's really nice. It's just the right level of minty.
I picked some hops at the weekend, wild hops. Perhaps gives it a little hoppy, almost IPA taste, but non-alcoholic. It smells a lot more hoppy than it tastes, more on the sour side than the sweet.
It's definitely a bit more sour. It's not tasty.
Going back to Real, how much do you reckon for a bottle?
£5, but that's a complete stab in the dark.
£3.50?
£2.50 a bottle, so a little bit less than that.
I would buy more kombucha if I knew that that's the sort of price that it was, because I do enjoy drinking it, I just don't know enough about it. And my perception of it is that it would be expensive because it's this brand new trendy thing.
I think that's really reasonable because I do think it delivers on something different.
Do you think this is a fermentation for the nation or a questionable hydration?
I think this is fermentation for the nation.
For me, that is fermentation for the nation.
I mean, you heard it here first. Kombucha is going to be a thing.
As always, we want to hear what you have to say, so comment down below which of those 4 was your favourite, and please join the conversation over on Twitter. Use the hashtag #SortedFoodTrends so we can hear all about the things that catch your eye and that you think are interesting in the world of food and drink.
Before you go, just a quick shout to say thanks to all of you who are using and sending us your thoughts on our Packs app. We wanted to create a tool to help you boss your midweek meals, cut down on food waste, and reduce the cost of your weekly food shop, and you are helping us do just that, so thank you. We want to make this as accessible as possible right now, so if you haven't tried it, you can now for a full month absolutely free. The link is in the description box below. And now for the bloop.
Before we move on, what we have to address is the fact that Ben has sat and printed that label probably on his own in his flat. He's printed a label saying Ebba's Special. Like, he's gone out of his way to do that and then put it on that.
Do you know why? For that reaction.
Lest we forget.
That reaction. Give the video a like if you want some Ebba Special, that's all I say.